Hello and welcome back to the pitch. We have a very interesting episode for you today. We've got some fun planned, which you'll see in a minute. One of which has to do with Brian Whitten being on the show, the Bambinos owner. Say hi, Brian.
Hi, everybody.
One of the best owners in the league. But we're going to start actually with some news regarding Ty, who's on the show with us here today. And Ty, why don't you just go ahead and spill the beans there?
Yeah, I might come back that day just because I won't be here Thanksgiving weekend. Me and the family are going to Charleston to see Brock, so I might come up that weekend to come home. It's not like 100% positive, but we'll see. And the show more than Kale allows, but like Brock will have an open time, and I'll have an open time, and Kale choose Brock every single time. So I'm just screwed.
That's not true. But the date he's talking about is November 12th, which we were kind of thinking at first he was going to miss the first 3 games of the season, but now it sounds like he probably won't be. So there's that. And we also have Tierney on the show here. Always good to have Tierney. Say
hey
hi.
guys.
What up, T-Money?
All right.
Nice to be back.
Yeah. So we're gonna open the show by just peppering Brian with some questions.
Oh, great.
And last time he was on the show, you kind of talked a little bit of smack about the Express. And I think that was before JL 13. But you guys lived up to it. And you won the title. You said they were going to lose all this, blah, 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 but now they're the champ. So do you have respect for this team, Brian?
Oh yeah, I respect Kyle immensely. Yeah, I think and the rest of the crew they got, the supporting cast, they're a top tier team. So no doubt about it.
But do you think your team is better?
Well, yeah. Of course.
Okay, Ty, you guys can ask questions too.
Okay, here's one of my questions. Do they have to be regarding the Express?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, then I have to think of a new one.
Okay, well, Tierney can jump into. Oh, you guys came so prepared.
What? Okay, Brian, what do you...
I had such a good
Brian's
question.
sitting there like, what is this all about?
Right.
Okay, so we know you have respect for him, but what do you really think of them? Like, deep down, do you kind of hate him a little bit?
No, I don't hate nobody. There's no one I hate. I like all the teams. All the teams are good. I mean, I like it when there's good baseball or good wiffle ball, what do you want to call it? And I like it when it's a close game, and it's just I like close games, and when it's like comes to the end of the game and who knows what's going to happen. The extra inning games, those are the best.
I have a question. So you guys failed to make the playoffs last tournament, and the Express snuck in past you guys based off of a coin flip because you were tied straight all the way through.
Right.
Do you guys feel like you were snubbed from a championship because if you guys would have got in, you would have been the first team to ever repeat in JL history?
Yeah, I don't know if we were snubbed, but we had some I don't know what you want to call it, player issues on who was supposed to be pitching the first game, and I wasn't available to kind of guide them. And you had 2 rookies, so they just kind of let the one person kind of lead the way, and it was the wrong move.
Okay. So do you guys think that between you and the Express, the championship of the last JL was based off of a coin flip?
Well, yeah, the coin flip would. I mean, if we would have been in, I guarantee we would have won the championship.
I agree.
Brian, I got a question for you.
The way Colton was pitching, there was no one hitting that, and his arm is. I mean, it's young and fresh, and it's live.
Brian, who's better? Who do you like more? The combination of Nate and Ty. Like, do you think Nate and Colton are better than Kyle?
Oh yeah,
What kind of question is that?
The only reason is Kyle, after 2 or 3 games, he has trouble finding the strike zone sometimes. So you can just sit back and wait, and he's going to walk you or whatever. I mean, his stuff is still good where it's unable, but his arm just gets tired, and so he walks and runs.
All right. Are you a better owner than Garrett, the Express's owner, Garrett Blain? Are you better?
No super official answer, Brian.
We want your real thoughts.
No, I think Garrett's doing a great job though, because from him being so far away and keeping the guys he keeps, because I know for a fact, talking to Kyle at one point, he goes, "Well, I would like to be a part of a team that has a ex-wrestler as an owner." So to keep Kyle, that's a good sign.
Okay, I feel like that was kind of a nice answer.
Well, I mean, am I a good owner?
Your real answer.
I try to be the best owner I can. So I'm not here to, toot my own horn or whatever you want to call it. So.
All right. Well, I guess he answered those questions pretty good, because as a little surprise, we actually have Garrett Blain on the show secretly watching right now.
Oh yeah. Trying to set me up. Great.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're
right.
trying to do. And we're trying to get him on now.
He's coming. He's sitting. Oh my gosh, he's sitting down.
He's muted though for some reason, so I gotta fix that.
Such a good setup we got going here. There he is. Oh, no, he's not.
Oh, nice.
Well, I can cut all this out of this. I just got to figure out how to unmute him.
Maybe Garrett has to be the person to unmute himself.
No.
No.
No. Oh.
There we go. There he is.
There we go.
Well, I don't know what's going on there, but Garrett, you heard all his answers. This is the first time you and Brian, the two best owners in the league, get to meet. What do you think about the Bambinos, Garrett?
Well, to begin with, they're pretty good. You know, they have one championship. We have two. Associate, what do you think?
What was this, Penn and Taylor?
Yeah, and my agent told me that, because we were doing this from a distance, Kyle actually kind of runs the team. Floor's yours. Time's yours.
So he's like a silent owner. Got it.
Well, I mean, he put the team together. He still does a lot.
Team just operates the way they want to. No managerial oversight.
All right, Garrett. Brian said that his team is better. Tell us why the Express are really the better team.
Well, I can go back to the two championships. Can also go back to, Kyle is the best pitcher in the league. As much as Kale tries to make it a hitting league and score a bunch of runs, we still prove defensive wins championships. We have one of the best fielders, and we also have a good young hitter that, young is new to the league. So we're on our way up. We also have one more surprise coming up that we haven't revealed yet.
Do you ever get worried about, though, the Bambinos have two pitchers, two good pitchers, and you basically have Kyle. Does that ever concern you?
No, because Sean came in whenever he pitched when Ty's absence and did very well. And, Kyle, I mean, every other pitcher. I'm sorry, what?
Sean is meat. Have you saw him pitch?
I actually haven't. I don't even know what he really looks like, to be honest.
Straight cheese.
But,
The moment the league starts getting a couple more games, we'll get worried.
Yeah. But once again, we have a surprise coming for the league later on, right before the season kicks off.
Brian,
Okay, I have a
any
question.
more surprises coming?
Might have to.
No surprises for us.
I have a question, Kale. I have a question for Garrett.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, you have had maybe the best Express team you've ever had in this last tournament, correct? Would you say that?
The best one I've had in this last tournament,
Yeah, the best Express tournament.
even better than the other one,
No,
Best
I would say his other Express teams
with
were.
Kyle and
I
I'm
think
sorry,
12 was better than
Tate and Brad.
Do you think that was the best Express team you've had?
I don't know. That was tough. I think that team was just so overwhelming for people. It's because no one's seen Brad or
Except
Kyle.
Bambinos,
Yeah, Bambinos.
twice.
What?
We beat them twice in that tournament.
Yeah. Well, we won the whole thing. Yeah.
This is what we like.
Oh, Garrett's talking about JAL 12.
You talking about 12? Which one are you talking about here? I'm confused now.
Hold on. Okay. So, let's say you have Kyle, you have Brad, right? Those are two pitchers.
Yeah.
And you have Marcus Deo, who won the batting crown.
Yeah.
Who did fantastic on the bat last tournament. And then you have the Bambinos with Colton and Nate, also two great pitchers, and Tyler Traver, who has also won the batting crown. Do you think that the combination of Kyle and Brad is better than Nate and Colton? Because Nate and Colton are number 1 and 3 in the power rankings right now for the best
power
players.
rankings don't mean anything.
Yeah, Kale came up with
Yeah, you and Kale came up with those. They don't mean anything.
Okay.
Well, how would you know? You don't even know what Sean looks like.
Well, I know he's good.
Yes.
I know his brother. What his brother looks like. They can't
They
look
look
much.
the same.
They do not look the same. If you're talking about pitching, they do not look the same.
All right, Garrett and Brian, were you two guys very pleased to see that you're going to be facing off against each other in the last game of the season? And hope it all comes down to that in the American Conference.
Nationally broadcast.
As long as both teams in the playoff, it doesn't matter. I mean, it'll be a good game. So whoever comes out on top, best man win.
Yeah, I agree. I like it. I still think we'll see each other again at the very end before the winner cup. And once again, our conference is going to win it because the other conference is weak.
Okay.
Ty, that's pointed directly at you and Kale.
Okay.
This
Okay.
league's number 19.
What are you going to say, Ty?
I was going to say, you guys were literally 2 pitches away from losing in the last one. So don't act like it's just this, oh, we got it in the bag. Michael Sullivan, if he didn't crap the bag, could have won it in 2 strikes. So.
You know what? You win some, you lose some.
Also,
Kale, do you have a ring?
Kale doesn't.
That game also, there was seems like there was a hit that was going to go out that Sean grabbed.
Yeah, there was.
Oh, yeah.
He was. It was. Yeah.
Kyle just kind of seems to have – Sean and Kyle both just kind of seem to have that clutch. This whatever is going to happen, something big's going to happen when they're out there.
I agree with that. Kyle's just the winner.
Brian, what's your plan with Colton and Nate? Like, who's your ace? Are you going to pitch one a little more
Who's
than
my
the other?
ace? Well, it can vary by game to game. Nate sometimes can get a little wild, but that game the tournament I saw him, he was not wild at all. He was throwing bullets. So, and Colton, he just has some nasty stuff that's unhittable.
Is Tyler Traver or Caden Vanderwerf ever going to pitch again for the team?
If by chance we don't have Colton or Nate in the same tournament, like who knows what's going on. I know November 12th is elk season, so who knows if Nate's going to be there or not. But if there's just we're playing like, who knows, like the storm maybe, or someone. We'll throw Tyler in there, or and actually Caden throws really well too. He just hasn't really shown himself yet because he's a rookie. Kind of, I don't know what he was expecting. So,
Tierney, you got any more questions for the two best owners of the two best teams?
It's arbitrary.
In the next tournament, who's gonna win the matchup?
Well, they're each going to
Bambinos.
say each other.
I know, but I need some reasons.
Okay, Garrett, go first. Why do you guys match up? Like, what is it about the matchup? I think is what she's trying to say, that you guys have the
Yeah.
advantage.
Well, first of all, I guess it just depends on, how everything. It's the last game. Maybe we both just kind of, throw some random person out there. But if it's tight and you need to get in, I mean, once again, you guys said it, Kyle's a winner. Kyle makes sure, if it's to get into the playoffs, we're getting in the playoffs.
Okay, I don't know why you would think it would be to get into the playoffs, but we'll move on to Brian.
well, like I say, it's the last game. So if by chance Kyle needs to throw all 3 games that day, his arm might be tired. So I think with us having Colton or Nate going, we can throw either one and be fine. So, and plus we haven't lost to the Express since what, JL 12?
That's true.
Okay, so now I actually want to hear from Kale and Ty what your predictions are for that game.
That's what I was going to say next. We've got a little bit of a jury here between me, Ty, and you today. So they've kind of made their cases and whatnot. So, and there's a lot of discussion out there as to which team is really the best. Clearly, they're the two best.
Right.
So, Ty, you can go first.
Is this based on just if they have everyone that they have, everyone can make it?
Oh, yeah. They're at full strength.
Full strength?
We're always at full strength.
Who are you taking?
I take the Bambinos all the way.
Oh, that's a bad choice, Ty. No wonder you transferred.
I mean, just look at it. Colton and Nate are, in my opinion, both better than Kyle. Just because Nate and Colton, when they're on, is ridiculous. And to the fact, are probably both top 5 batters in the entire league. Kyle is top 10 batter in the entire league. Yeah, they have Marcus, who's good, and they have Sean, who's he's a batter. But with those two, it's just so well-rounded everywhere that they're not so dependent on one guy, especially to throw 3 games in the playoffs. So I take the Bambinos, and I really don't think it's that close.
Wow.
Kale, what are you saying?
All right, I'm going to say that it is that close, but also with – oh, and we got the Rapid Zone here now, too. Look at that.
Hi, Julie.
Just a ownership meeting.
Who's on here?
Now we got the Bambinos and we got the Express, Garrett.
I'm so glad that I have my bathrobe on.
The kind of stuff that happens on the pitch. That's why it's a great show. All right. Anyway.
Kale, who are you taking?
Yeah. I think Ty's right. There's more talent on the Bambinos, but at this point, I can't bet against the Express anymore. If I had to put money on it, I'd go with the Express.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, you're my boy.
I'm not just saying that because you're my boy either, Garrett. Brian, I love your team, though. I love the
So does it come down to me now?
Yeah, it's down to you now. Close it out.
You know who to pick,
We
Tierney.
know when to run the ball.
Who has the better jerseys?
You know, before anyone spoke, I already made up my mind. So I have to pick the Bambinos.
Oh,
I get it. You
I
guys.
think I agree
look
with
at the
Ty.
disappointment on Garrett's face.
You look good, you play good. That's all I have to say.
I just think that nothing against the Express, you're a great team, but you have one star player, whereas the Bambinos have a full roster of solid guys. Like, I just don't know if you can compete with that. So I'm taking the Bambinos.
Against us.
All right, the Bambinos looks like a win in this mock jury, and we want to thank Brian Whitten, owner of the Bambinos, Garrett Blain, and
I want to say something.
sidekick
There we
there.
go.
For being on the show tonight. Made for an interesting, funny little segment. Ty wants to say something. What is it?
I want them, because we always have this debate on these shows. I want them to choose who they think is the better team in the American Conference.
Oh, hell. You mean national?
Or not the American,
national?
National Conference.
The National Conference?
Oh, perfect.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're saying between the Cobras and the Rapids?
Yes. Because
Okay.
all
Garrett, you first.
Brian, go ahead. No, I'll give it to Brian.
combination, and I'm tired of it.
'Cause
I don't know shit.
Right now, as it sits with, I think with Michael on the Cobras, they're the better team. I know he's had a few downers when he hasn't come up clutch, but when you look at his stuff, he is good, and plus he's a great hitter. So anything can happen. I always think the Cobras are better.
I'm changing my vote to the Express.
Okay, Garrett, what do you think?
All right, Garrett, if you pick the Rapids, then Ben over there, the bodyguard, gets to be the deciding vote.
Hey,
So I could be decided.
Well,
Not to vote, Tierney.
why don't I get a vote?
Tyranny, you don't need a vote.
You didn't vote for the Express earlier.
So, Kale
No,
knows,
You already get to
Kale knows
vote
what
on
I'm going to
rules
say.
and stuff with the being an administrator. What's Ben over there get to vote on?
I'm gonna let Garrett go first. If he goes one way or the other, I might have to step in. Go for it, Garrett.
All right. So, I think Kale knows who I'm going to say. But, I like the Cobras because I think Michael is a great pitcher. I still think Kale's overrated. Don't worry.
Kale is the most overrated player.
Second,
He's the number one highest paid player.
Everyone agrees with that.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely true. I'm not going to deny it.
but after this year,
But he owns
I don't think Michael's going to be around, and I'm worried for you. But for now, Kale, you got the win.
Why? What do you know about Michael?
I just don't think he's happy with the Drew DeLucchi ownership.
Garrett, I know you've been talking to him.
You don't know anything about my life.
When it comes down to ownership, the Rapids are winning that one.
All
I'll
right.
speak to him
Well,
tomorrow and tell him that.
it was a very unorthodox show today, obviously, but we hope everyone that watched enjoyed it. And again, we want to thank our guests on the show. So, yeah, be sure to watch the next episode of The Pitch. Keep up with all our stuff. This is what we do at JL. We make it goofy.
Hey, we just
For
hit
the record,
Oh,
I would have picked the Rapids.
Yeah,
just for the
team
record.
stop. Hey.
That was
That's why you don't have a vote.
What'd you want to say, Ty?
I just want to say that we just hit 1,000. Kale just told me we just hit 1,000 followers on Twitter for JL, so that's really cool. So thank you guys. This league has grown a lot. Like, I never would have thought 1,000 followers on Twitter. That's ridiculous for a football league, but that's super cool. So I just want to thank everyone who follows that.
All right, and on that note, we're closing it out. Bye, everybody.
See ya.